3 this morning, President Trump has deployed hundreds of federal law enforcement to the streets of Washington, D.C., with National Guard members set to join them by the end of the week. The president argues there's a crime emergency, but the city's mayor says crime is decreasing. President Trump is also preparing to sit down with Russia's president in Alaska at the end of the week for what he's calling a feel-out meeting. Bradley Blackburn has more.
For the first time in U.S. history, police in the nation's capital are now under federal control. President Trump says he's also deploying hundreds of National Guard troops to the city this week, claiming there's a spike in violent crime.
We're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back.
But D.C.'s Mayor Muriel Bowser pushed back with data showing crime has dropped 26% since this time last year.
While this action today is unsettling and unprecedented, I can't say that given some of the rhetoric of the past, that we're totally surprised.
White House and congressional sources say the move, which sparked protests, is expected to last 30 days. The president is also threatening to expand his crime crackdown to other U.S. cities. All this comes days before President Trump is set to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska.
I'm going to be telling him, you got to end this war. You got to end it.
The president has called Friday's summit a, quote, feel-out meeting. He says he'll be able to tell in minutes if Putin is serious about reaching a peace deal with Ukraine, though he also says a final deal can only be reached between Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Zelensky says he believes Putin plans to play up Friday's meeting as a victory, while citing new intelligence that shows Russia could be planning for more military attacks. President Trump says he plans to speak with Zelensky after his meeting with Putin.
Now, there are also new developments in President Trump's on-again, off-again trade war with China. Yesterday, he signed an executive order to delay steep reciprocal tariffs on Chinese products for at least another 90 days. While the two other countries work on a longer-term trade deal, U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods will remain at 30%, while China says it'll maintain a 10% levy on U.S. products.
The first time, it's not the first city as well, where the president has made crime his focal point. Remember, it's not even the first year he said it. He did it in his first term when he was president before. He did it during the campaign in 2024, trying to be president again. He did it 2 months ago, actually, when he deployed nearly 5,000 National Guard troops to LA. That was to end protests against immigration raids. Remember that? Well, that move, is still being challenged in court, and we haven't seen the end of that yet. But he gave a warning to leaders of other, what he knows as blue cities. It might be next.
We have other cities also that are bad, very bad. You look at Chicago, how bad it is. You look at Los Angeles, how bad it is. We have other cities that are very bad. New York has a problem. And then you have, of course, Baltimore and Oakland. We don't even mention that anymore. They're so far gone.
I have to wonder, when I was watching him earlier, what each of the mayors of those cities were thinking when they were called out, whether it was accurate or not, what their reaction might be. So I invited one on, the mayor of one of the cities that Trump said.
It's crazy how he just going after the blue cities. Like, is people not piecing this shit together yet? He's telling the police, do whatever the fuck you want, knock them in the head, all that shit. But he ain't going after no red states. And some of these red states got real high murder rates. Louisiana, my state, Missouri, and St. Louis, high crime rate, but he ain't going after no red states, just California, New York. Like, bro, what kind of shit is that? Like, they really trying to start a civil war. That's where the energy's going. That's where the energy's going. He trying to start a civil war, man. You can't let this, man. Dude gotta go, bro. He gotta go.
Gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving mobs of wild youth, drugged out maniacs and homeless people. And we're not going to let it happen anymore. We're not going to take it. Yeah, just like we did on our southern border. Nobody comes to our southern border anymore. 3 months in a row, we had zero. I don't know if that's right, but rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control. And you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening. And they've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly. And you people are victims of it, too. You know, you're reporters, and I understand a lot of you tend to be on the liberal side.
Are you considering taking over the D.C. police? Is that an option on the table?
We're considering it, yeah, because the crime is ridiculous. I could show you a chart comparing D.C. to other locations, and you're not going to want to see what it looks like. Now, we want to have a great, safe capital, and we're going to have it. And that includes cleanliness, and it includes other things. We have a capital that's very unsafe. You know, we just almost lost a young man, beautiful, handsome guy that got the hell knocked out of him the night before last. And I'm going to call him now. We wanted to give him a little recovery time.
Hold up. Hold up. You ain't gonna just skip past that like you ain't just said what you just said, bro. I'm starting to think this dude on the down low or something for real. Because, dawg, this ain't the first time he done said or did some gay shit. And I ain't got nothing against gay people. But when you walking around talking about you a macho man and shit, but then talk about Arnold Palmer's dick, how big it is, and then you got you listen to the gayest fucking anthem ever made, that YMCA song, and then when you dance, you look like you jerking off two people at the same time. Like, I don't know, man. Then he had Triple H in his office the other day. He said, ooh, he's strong. That's y'all president, bro. Dude, maybe a little zest, maybe a little sassy. Who knows?
Back in a little while, but he went through a bad situation, put it mildly, and there's too much of it. We're going to do something about it. So whether you call it federalized or what, and that also includes the graffiti that you see, the papers all over the place, the roads that are in bad shape, the medians that are falling down, the median in between roads that's falling down. We're going to beautify the city. We're going to make it beautiful. And what a shame. The rate of crime, the rate of muggings, killings, and everything else, we're not going to let it. And that includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly, too.
Yeah, I don't see the problem here. The Capitol, where all the politicians and stuff goes down, you'd think there would be some rules and some regulations there. But you still got people getting mugged, you still got high crime, you still got all these same problems that we seeing in cities with the rest of us. So, I mean, it's got to start from the top down. If that's where they at, and they can get some law and order out there, maybe we'll see some trickle down and see other states start locking in as well.
Other states ain't gonna lock you in when you got California. You got a state like California, I think it's over with, man.
Yeah, well, that's just California. We ain't got to worry about California. We got to worry about the states where we at.
Yeah, I don't see how anyone could be opposed to this. Why would you not want crime to be stopped in a city unless you're a criminal?
Some days I feel unsafe going outside.
Dang.
Recent shocking acts of violence have some on alert. A recent fatal drive-by shooting, along with a carjacking and beating in this neighborhood near U Street.
Which is insane. I mean, I just live a block this way, so to know that I'm so close to something like that is really terrifying.
So we asked residents what they think city leaders should do immediately to improve safety.
I feel like it's still very dark.
John Roeder says more functioning streetlights would help.
More street lights, brighter street lights, which sounds like so easy and simple, but I don't think we have enough of those.
For Cameron Talley, hearing about violence steps from her home.
Oh my word. Right here,
Brings back memories from a year ago.
we got caught in the middle of a drive-by shooting. So that was horrible.
Talley says the city should consider installing blue light emergency phones, seen often on college campuses.
Oh, I see a blue light, I can get to it and call for help.
For Dana Richardson, the quickest path to peace on city streets.
I think they need to do more about the juvenile crime.
He believes young people caught in the criminal justice system need the deterrent of jail time and not freedom while awaiting their fate.
I think it's because they keep on letting them go. No deterrent.
I got the solution, y'all.
Bro was right.
I got the #1 solution. Cameras. Lock their ass up, bro.
But they got to get a sentence, even if they're young. Like, if you're violent, give him, if he's 14, give him 5, 6, 19, 20.
If they commit a murder.
No, not for murder. I'm talking about for a robbery. If you commit murder, you got life.
Well, they're shooting in the streets.
Well, you remember what I said. If you do murder, you should be deported.
I'll keep it 100. I do think he's right. The juvenile crime is a problem. And they keep oh, they're juveniles. When I was in school and I knew if I was going to get in trouble and I wasn't going to get punished for what I got in trouble for, I'm going to do it. Who's going to stop me? There's nothing being done.
And they know.
There's nothing being done. There's no consequences to my actions. I'm going to get a slap on the wrist. Oh, no, you can't do that. Okay.
No, you know what really be happening? It be older people that tell these younger people that they're not going to get in trouble, and then they make them do it so they don't get charged really for it. That's literally what be happening in the majority of the cases.
Listen,
it's gang
I think there has to be some deterrent for these kids. I think if putting them in jail is what the residents feel, then that's what it is, bro. Because it's destroying these cities. Our cities are not safe. There's too much danger. There's too much crime, and people should be able to feel safe where they pay to live.
We just have to be tougher on crimes. Like, see, it worked for El Salvador.
Yeah, it changed immediately.
I'm just going to tell you right now, the plight of American hero Big Balls has set off a firestorm in the Republican Party. This kid.
No, he
goes out on the street.
Just infiltrated all of our information.
He protects a woman from being attacked by a roving street gang, and he had the crap kicked out of him. And, we had a congressional intern murdered not too long ago. I'm just telling you, Republicans right now have about had it with the violence and the idea that you can't even walk around D.C. right now without getting attacked by street gangs.
Don't we have laws on the books already?
400 carjackings, they're not being enforced.
It's interesting that him saying that we're tired of seeing violent crimes in cities and people have an adverse reaction to that.
How?
What do you guys say? Oh yeah, there's laws on the books. Woo, cool, but it's not being enforced.
Whoa, it's bright right there.
Is that thunder?
That was lightning for sure.
God,
the other side must be storming. Look, we see blue.
Yeah, that's kind of like something blew up.
That's insane. Okay. Nah, but yeah, I just don't see how any person can want crime. It's almost like if you are against being hard on crime, then to me, you're kind of for crime.
But you gotta look at these people logic. The lady, soon as Scott said that, the lady said, well, he's stealing our information. So she's justified him being beat up.
It's interesting that people keep saying they're stealing our information just because we know who sees our information now, they're stealing it. But before, we have no idea who's stealing it or who sees the information. And people seem to be okay with the fact that we don't know who sees our information because they're hired by that entity or the people who oversee that information. But at the end of the day, we still don't know who sees that information. So now that we got this kid who can see the same information that people we did know see, it's a problem? I don't see that.
No, and literally, I forgot who said it. I think it was Elon or somebody when all the Doge stuff was happening and everyone was talking about it. That same exact database that they're complaining about, Joe Biden gave college students access to also. No one complained then at all. It's not, Todd said it a long time ago. It's not the what, it's the who.
You know what Trump need? He need a black speaker so he can say all the radical things.
Without getting, need to get Byron up there, let him Wesley up there, let him raw him out.
Charleston. Hire Charleston White, man.
An unusual group of bank robbers is behind bars in Houston. They're being called the Little Rascals. That's because they're just 11, 12, and 16 years old.
5 people ranging in age from 12 to 16 are under arrest for a one-night crime spree with 6 different victims. This started Friday night in the U of M area when a man was robbed at gunpoint. Police say the kids then stole a car near East High School, robbed a man in his driveway on Bayless, and then headed to Midtown.
You're looking at a group of teenagers caught on camera terrorizing this neighborhood.
And they don't even live over here.
Whitney Frazier says they're anywhere from 10 to 14 years old, going around breaking into cars, threatening and robbing people.
I gotta keep it 100, man. If someone was to pull a gun on one of these kids and shoot and kill them, I wouldn't protest.
No, if you point a gun at someone, if you old enough to point a gun at someone, you old enough to get hit with one.
I'm keep it 100. You stealing, you coming to my house, you on my property, you threatening me, you old enough to.
This is no guidance. This is what happens. We have no guidance right here. When you don't have any fear of when you go home. People, I saw a comment the other day on one of our videos talking about people really, like kids these days, will go kill and then go sleep under their mom's roof. The same, like, and their mama will have no idea.
You know what should happen? It's sad to say this. They might need to start charging the parents.
They might need to start charging the parents. That would, yeah.
That'll change.
That will change it. Oh, your child did murder? Okay, well, he's gone forever, but you getting 10 too.
Yeah, you need like a negligent parent charge or something.
Because you
failed.
You failed. And it's like, it's different if they're 18. 14, 12, that is that is your responsibility.
Yeah, somebody's supposed to be watching.
Somebody has to, something got to happen. We got to.
Man, I hate to agree with him on this little part right here, but I agree with him. Like, something gotta happen, man. Like, we know they kids, and shit, more try to do the best they can, but when they out here doing things like this, like, we was bad as kids too. And we took it to the extreme sometimes, breaking into houses and doing all type of selling stuff on the street. But kids these days, they actually robbing people at gunpoint, shooting at motherfuckers, kicking in doors. But I ain't like the Cartier family though on this because they got a disdain for our black people that do wrong. Like, I don't. We gotta keep good energy, but at the same time, we gotta be firm on this shit. Like, crack down on it. But you can't give up on our people, bruh. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Can't give up on them. But you can't be soft with them either. So, it's a balance. But anyway, that's it for today. This your boy, Reggie Red's Reactions. Like, comment, share with your friends. I'll be back next time. Peace.